So in this video I'm going to be putting a new windscreen in this Peugeot Boxer, same as a Citroen Relay and a Fiat Ducato. Windscreen's cracked. So I've already checked the windscreen's correct. No damage to the windscreen. Removed all the stickers from the glass, cleaned it up, ready to be prepared. So I'm going to strip down the wipers and the scuttle panel. So just remove the wiper nut covers. And we've got two 13mm nuts. And then just flex the wiper arm and elbow. Should release. If it doesn't release, just spray it with some WD-40. Let that soak in for 2 or 3 minutes. I will give it a quick flex again to see if it comes loose. Yep, eventually came out. I've got 2 bolts here. I'm sure these are usually screws, but it looks like they've been replaced by bolts, so it's possibly been off at some point. It has been off at some point because this clip is burst here. Yeah, 8mm. Just release this plastic clip here and just disconnect this drainage hose. A bottle of water in there. These drainage hoses need to be disconnected as well. And the scuttle panel just wipes out. There is a couple of clips here usually, but looks like it's, as I say, it's been replaced before, so whoever's done it's just bust them. This is the jet wash. Just release that. It's an old work van, the guy will be bored. So I need to keep this channel here, put it on the new glass. May be quite difficult to get off. It's coming. I'm going to cut the glass out first because it's getting caught on these height blocks here. I don't want to break it. So I'm just going to cut the windscreen out with my Milwaukee multi-tool and the Fane super cut blades. And I'll start with the 19mm small blade first, just so it's easier to cut through the glue. Got a nice view here today, down the riverside. It's dry, the blade can get stuck in the urethane. Makes it a bit easier to cut through. And just being careful not to scratch the paintwork. It's got a big window, so it's going to be quite tricky to get right along. As long as I can get halfway, I'll get the rest of the other side. Do the same on the other side. So I've got the top and sides done with the 19mm blade. I'm going to put the 25mm blade on now, and that should catch the whole bead all the way around, and I'll just cut the bottom away with my alpha knife from the inside. Quite tricky trying to get in some bits. Got the bottom. That should be the top and sides free. Let's just catching at the top middle there a bit. I'm going to have to put the large blade on, 38mm blade. I could knife it from the inside, but I don't want to scratch the paintwork. Yep, just a bit of the driver's side right at the top. I'll just go old school and cut the bottom away with a Alpha long reach knife. Same again, just spray a bit of glass cleaner all along the bottom, just to give a bit of lubricant to the dry bead. And it should just cut through it nicely, nice and easy, just long even strokes. Doesn't matter about the windscreen cracking up, it's already broken. It's not going to shatter, it's laminated glass, it'll just crack. Typical builder's van. What's he stuffed in the front? Oh, God. It's an old Perish windscreen, it's just breaking up. So I have to be careful that I don't cut myself. I've got my cut resistant gloves on. So I just need to remove this trim now, remove the glass from it, clean it up. I'll give it a good clean up and attach it to the new windscreen. So I'll just use my scraper to cut the old bond line back. Just cut it right back to the bodywork. It'll still leave about a millimetre left on the bodywork there. Again, just pushing the blade away from yourself for obvious reasons. That's all urethane cut back. Just clean the aperture up, get rid of any dirt. It's amazing what dirt builds up behind the edge of the glass over the years. I'm going to clean the edge of the glass and the pinch weld with my Terrazone cleaner, white spirit cleaner, just to get rid of any contaminants. Especially on the pinch weld, it's really dirty. So I get it as clean as possible for putting the new bond on. You don't clean it, it might not bond properly with all the dirt on it. It'll just end up leaking. But we'll have to use 2 or 3 cloths, just disposable shop towels on this. I'm just rubbing the dirt back into the bit I've cleaned. Filthy. So once that's cleaned up, I can go straight on with the Terrazone primer. All in one primer. Same again, put that on the edge of the glass and on the pinch weld. This just gives the bond proper adhesion. Just follow the old bond line on the bodywork as guidance. You can also, if you find any little scratches in the paintwork where it's went through the bare metal, you can just cover it with the primer as well to stop it rusting. So once that's done, I'll just give it about 5 minutes to flash off for the primer to dry, and then we're ready to get the window prepped up. Sorry, get the window taped up, set my little buddy up. Just getting ready to fit the glass. So I can turn this windscreen over now and get it set up for lifting it in. It's got a big window. I'll just put some masking tape on the top, both sides, and I'll tape that up once it's in place, just so the bond dries so it doesn't slide down. There is height blocks on the bottom of this, but this is just here and here. The windscreen will sit on that, but I just like to put a couple of bits of tape on just to make sure it doesn't slide down. I'll just double it up as it's quite a heavy windscreen. So this pivot arm just sits on here at a certain position. I know by eye where to put it, just through experience. There is certain dimensions you're meant to set it up on, but I've done it that many times I know exactly where to put them. So the pivot arm goes on the side door and the piston arm goes on the window. So I'll just put this roughly here, so I'm talking about 8 inches up for the bottom where my elbow is. This is a guide where the distance you put on, you put it fairly horizontal to the top of the glass. I just attach my 2 lifters on this side. I'm ready to glue up. This is a pre-cut nozzle. You can see the shape of it. Just a triangular cut nozzle. So it's a high pointed bead, high thin bead. Just take your time and if it does flop over at all, I can sort that before I fit the glass. It's just a nice even bead, taking it easy, no rush. Just following where the old bond line was as a guide. Some people put the bond on the glass. Right, pal? No bad. I'm just filming in case you're wondering why I'm talking to myself. Aye. Next YouTube sensation. Here we come. I wouldn't, mate, knowing that jig's on it. I'll just be 5 minutes, I'll have the wind in. I'll just join up the joins where I've joined where I've stopped and started, just to make sure there's no gaps. That's good to go. So hopefully I've lined up the little buddy properly. So you can see So we just hook this piston arm onto the pivot arm and just walk round with it, open it up. Just being careful not to touch the glue as we're putting it in. That looks pretty good. Just get that right up into the corner. Doesn't have to be bang on straight away because we have got a bit of movement on it once it's lifted in. That looks pretty good. Just like that slide in, it's a good fitment. It's a good thing about the rubber encapsulation on some windows, it just sits against the bodywork. It's a really nice finish. It's not actually a seal, it's just a finishing trim, it's purely cosmetic. The glue that I put on is the full seal, stops it, makes it watertight. Just want to pull that across a little bit. Could actually do with lifting that up. So just push it out a little bit, lift it up. It's a thing in the winter time, trying to get the masking tape to stick. The dampness can be a bit of a nightmare. I'll just put some extra tape on it to make sure it doesn't slip down. It's sitting on the height blocks. And I'll be able to take that tape off the time I build everything up and finish the job. I'll have got a good grip, so I'll be able to take the tape off and give it a good clean up before I finish. Just build this, just a reversal of what I've done at the start of the job, and just finally just reposition the wiper nut covers back on. That's it.